Right now, the NCAA has a problem. There are two schools that are upsetting the apple cart, if you will, with conference realignment. The lawsuit was given a stay. So right now, they have a chance to not only put a big stick in the mud of the people who left them abandoned, but change everything you thought about conference realignment. Follow me. Me and you, your mama and your cousin too. Washington State and Oregon State University. These are two schools right now who, according to on3.com, a Washington State Superior Court judge granted Washington State and Oregon State a temporary restraining order prohibiting the Pac-12 Conference from holding a meeting Wednesday with all league members to chart the future of the course of the league. The two schools filed a breach of bylaws complaint with Whitman County, Washington, against their current league commissioner, George Kalevikoff, attempting to keep the 10 departing member schools from meeting this week and form pressing votes that will decide the future and the direction of the league. What does that mean? Well, like I told you before, the 10 schools that are leaving the Pac-12 are going to vote to disband the Pac-12. Only problem is, according to the Pac-12 bylaws, if you announce you're leaving the conference, you cannot vote. So all 10 of these schools, I believe you have Utah, Cal, Stanford, Colorado, Arizona State, Washington, Oregon, UCLA, and USC. They, according to the bylaws, they cannot make a vote, which means the remaining two vote members are Washington State and Oregon State. Now, I know you're saying, well, what is that going to even affect? Why in the hell should we care if they keep the conference? Only has two teams. Because of two things. One, it's all about the money. Remember, if you leave a conference, there's a grant of rights. Depending on what the total sum is, that sum will be owed to the remaining members of the conference, which would be Oregon State and Washington State. And I know you're probably wondering, well, okay, $20 to $30 million to leave, whatever. These schools have that now. Remember, UCLA was working in the red. They had no money. That's why they joined the Big Ten, or 16 or 18, whatever the hell is in the Big Ten right now. But even going with that, even going with the fact that the money may be owed to Oregon State and Washington State, if they keep the Pac-12 name, the rumor going around is of a merger. The merger basically is this. This is how it will work. They will contact the Mountain West. Teams like Utah State, Wyoming, Air Force, Boise State, Colorado State, Fresno, Nevada, New Mexico, San Diego State, UNLV, and San Jose State. And they would just say, look, your president can be our president. Everything can be you. We're just going to keep the Pac-12 name. And by doing that, the Pac-12 remains a Power 5 conference. Power 5 conferences are not voted on year-to-year basis. If that was the case, there would have been plenty of years the Big 12 would have been out of it. Power 5 conferences are voted on via the agreements were made when the original playoffs came about, which will mean they will have an automatic bid to the playoff, which would be a big shot to the schools that left. And yes, eventually, when the new playoff system comes around, the schools that left can vote to kick the Pac-12 out of the Power Five, making it a Power Four. But until that moment comes, if this goes the way they want it to go, the Pac-12 can remain a Power Five conference just by adding the Mountain West. Of course, their commissioner will come along and be the head commissioner, and the rules and regulations of leaving the conference will be the same. But imagine that. They may even keep the same TV deal that the Mountain West has. Because right now, Pac-12 has no TV deal. But if they keep the same TV deal the Mountain West has, you're still going to get that ESPN deal, the Fox deal. $7 million a year is a lot more than what they're getting right now. But if you add in the amount of exit fees, around 150 to 300, anywhere in between, that can cushion the blow. And with that money being given, it can be spread out amongst the remaining members and the members of the Mountain West to sort of sweeten the pot. What do y'all think? You think it's funny as hell that this may actually come true? Or will this horror story for the NCAA change or stop the madness of conference realignment? Coach Simmons, I'm out.